You guys want to hear a couple of stories about Biker Bob back in the house? It's an extension of an earlier story that was sent in by the person who goes by Rusty Badwrench.
All
And
right.
I love how in parentheses, dirtiest tool alive.
Mm.
Yeah. I thought that was the Rusty Trombone person.
Rusty Trombone, yeah.
Don't Google that. It value your sanity.
Or the Blue Waffle.
Yeah. Back in his youth, when I was almost a teenager, Bob worked for my dad. My uncle bought all the equipment and new plates and sent Bob to go put those plates on all the semis and trailers. Bob took a liberty with my uncle's neighbor's daughter.
Oh, no.
I mean, who hadn't? She was the neighborhood doorknob. A regular busto, if you know what I mean. Well, it just so happened that her mom and her mother's boyfriend found out that she got preggers. And Bob happened to be the current delivery from the Dick of the Month Club.
No.
Oh, yes. The Dick of the Month Club.
It's going in the book,
It's going in the book. They were pissed and waiting for Bob to get back to my uncle's house. Now, I am going to vividly paint the picture, and yes, I'm laughing my ass off as I type this. Bob parks and starts walking up to the house, talking to my uncle, telling him he's done putting the plates on the trucks, and Mommy charged at him. Started yelling, making threats at him with the boyfriend a couple of steps behind. Threats like, boyfriend's gonna beat your punk ass for knocking up my daughter. With threats and yelling coming from Mommy Dearest Cockwasher, Bob said nothing in response and set an intercept course. When an asshole meets a meat muncher, it's glorious. Bob took 5 or so deep from the stack of license plates and smashed them into Mommy's face.
Damn.
Ooh, damn.
He hit her so hard they bent around her head and got stuck to her face like one of the face huggers from the Alien movie. It was some real-life WWE shit. He knocked her out cold. The boyfriend was about 6 foot, give or take, and jacked. Bob was maybe 5'8", I think, in or around. I'm 6 foot, and I had a few inches on Bob. After the WWE-style knockout to Mommy, Bob proceeded to beat her boyfriend so bad when he hit the ground he couldn't get up. All this took place in the span of no more than 2 minutes, and I'm probably overestimating it. For closure's sake, the kid wasn't his. It was from several dudes ago. One thing Bob was careful when it came to banging 304s. Another misadventure of Bob's.
Oh, no.
Me and my brother were 12 or 13. Anyway, my brother's chatting up this girl. Her mom's boyfriend got handsy with him and made violent threats. My brother ended up telling Bob what happened, and Bob was pissed that a grown man did that to my brother. Bob put both of us in his car to ID the dude.
Yeah, here we go.
Good dude here,
I
man.
have seen that Redneck Land.
Yep.
Which one was it? Was it that guy?
Yep.
Yeah, I've fucking seen that.
I have too. Knocks on the door politely. When the guy stepped out on the porch, Bob hit him between the eyes, dazing him, and then stomped him in the gut. He fell into the screen door with his ass ripping through the screen in the lower pane. Bob then stomped him through the hole, folding him in half. With him stuck in the door, Bob pointed at us and said, "Don't make me come back." He didn't have to come back. I like this Bob guy. It's too bad he's passed on to the next world.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I will raise one for him here. There's a couple more here, just nice and short stories. This one's a bar story. Not that we have any of those around here.
No.
I met Bob at the bar we hung out at in the middle of the week. This kind of stuff never happens there in the middle of the week. Bob and I are eating a burger and fries watching a Wings game. He had a beer, and I was drinking from my personal bottle of corn squeezings, or what I like to call the Revolutionary War. Get hammered on that, and you're ready and wanting to fight the world.
So that's his fuck you, we're fighting right now sauce.
A moonshine.
Yeah.
By the way, I have a nice bottle of that right now, and you don't. Meh. I'm not saying that. That's literally in the email here.
I like it.
One of the weekend-only guys showed up with 2 women. Drinks were drank, fun was had, and then I heard, "Lock the front door!" I looked and saw what was about to go down, ran to the door, not the first time, not the last, and pulled the plug on the open sign and bolted the door. walked to the pool tables with Bob in tow, and we proceeded to watch both the women strip each other nude and then take turns lying on the pool table while the other would stick one of those mini glow sticks in the other's slot C.
Wow.
And then dig it out with their tongues.
Oh, God.
In all caps, now that was a show.
Lock the door.
Lock the door!
Oh, God.
We got chicks getting naked up in here. After they were done getting each other off, they sat down on the elevated floor where the pool tables were and said, "Line up to get your dick sucked." Every guy in there formed a line. I would not want to be last in that.
Oh my God.
No.
I looked at Bob and he looked at me. I said, "You gonna get in line?" His response was, "Are you?" I said, "Hell no." And he said, "I'm definitely not letting either one of those whores suck it after they sucked all these motherfuckers' dicks. I don't want it to rot off."
Oh my God.
We need to call this the Ballad of Biker Bob, just for Billy
my
Von
God.
Bomb's own edification. Here's one more. And then we will read some super chats and take a pee break. And we have some hilarious, fucked up but funny videos for you guys.
Oh,
on
yeah.
New Tech. It is a great night. Trust me. If you haven't followed us to New Tech yet, you're screwing up by the numbers. Jimmy Bones always posts the links in the chat so you can follow us over to Rumble, Odyssey, D-Live, where have you. It's going to be a good one. So here's the last one. Me and Bob were up on Jefferson by Fort Wayne one weekend. We're watching the street racing. None other than Ram Chargers race team shows up. There was an IHRA event that weekend at Milan, and these idiots thought they were going to show up with their professional race car and just take everyone's money. I'm just going to say that there are real street racers, not those fake-ass street outlaws that don't race at the track, because most of us were kicked off for not having stuff like parachutes or unibody stiffening brackets.
Safety.
6-foot-long medical
safety.
grade nitrous tanks, etc., roll cages,
Yeah. Fuck the safety.
The first run, the pro squad got beat, put the car back in the trailer, and replaced a bunch of parts. While this was going on, all the regulars were like, "Look at these idiots who think this is the NHRA or something." They pulled the car off the trailer and got their ass kicked again. Back on the trailer the car went, and they were back at it. While they were in the trailer working on the race car, we got tipped off the cops were coming from the lookouts. So everyone bailed, not to be confused with bang and immediately leave.
Yeah.
Bob's in my car was spray bombed flat black and the lights on different switches. So we got away and hid the car in an alley and rolled a dumpster against it as the cops went right by us.
Damn, that's good shit right there.
That's some Batman level ninja craft.
I like it.
We got out and walked a couple of blocks down and came out on Jefferson just in time to see an army of DPD surrounding the trailer. One of them banged on the side of it with his flashlight and several heads popped up like a bunch of prairie dogs. He's a good writer. I like this guy.
Yeah.
DPD proceeded to arrest everyone and impound the car. Back then, if they took your car, it was gone forever. I'm not sure how it is now. It's been 25 odd years since I've been involved in the racing scene. Those dumbasses lost several thousand 1980s dollars, the race car, the tow vehicle, the trailer with all their parts and tools in it, and got put in jail. I can tell you that the 4th Precinct back then was like a third world prison. Dumbasses.
Yeah.
And he says, there's some stories for your enjoyment. I was reminded of the last one by the story I decided to delete. I reread it and, well, it just wasn't appropriate. The Biker Bob stories are going to get few and far between because I don't want to get into the rated V area, not V for vag. Well, thanks for all that you do, and I may get hammered one night and tell you about my war with friend of the cunt when I punched my attorney instead of the CPS lawyer that was representing the state. It's real badly for the child, but that's a story for another time.
I love these stories.
Wow.
Good stuff.
Send in your goddamn stories. These are great.
Rusty Badwrench or trombone, whatever you're going by now, keep them coming. These are gold. Absolute gold.
Really good.
Watch Grunt Speak live every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to join Pop for Supporter Sundays, go to redonkulous.com/donate and make a monthly pledge. A link is in the Meat Gazer box.